Blue Marble story. The Blue Marble story. It's on my homework list. Tell you the Blue Marble story. Well, let me tell you about the Blue Marble story. 2 years ago, right around the time that this was all coming to a head with the obsession with the health and the hospital stint, going to the healer, all this stuff was just like, within months of each other. And it was the summer, and it was the day after school ended, June, and I was laying by my pool at the condo, and I had bought The Secret, which is another interesting book. It was like one of the first spiritual books I've read. Even before New Earth, I read The Secret. And again, I found out The Secret on Oprah. That this was a book that you should read. So I read it. It's a short book. I mean, it's maybe 40 pages, 50 pages. And anyway, the bottom line with The Secret is if you visualize it in your head and put it out there in the universe, actually like order it, like you're ordering on the web, and that when you order something on the web, the package is going to come. You don't fear that it doesn't come. You're not saying, well, it's probably not going to come because it's me. It never works out for me, so the package is not going to come. No, when you order something and you're expecting it by mail, it's going to come. You don't fear. You want it to come maybe quicker than it says it's going to come, or that it should come, but it's going to come when it comes. But it's going to come. So this book is basically that you whatever you want in your life, you can manifest, and you could make it happen. And just by visualizing you with it and seeing yourself doing it, it will happen. So I'm like, I don't know about this book. Is this really going to happen? How am I going to test it? And they actually had a chapter in the book saying, well, you should test it. You should visualize something that you want to get, and say how long you have to get it. Give it a time frame. Be very specific about what you want. Make sure it's an object that you could verify. And don't make it too easy or common, because then you're going to say to yourself, well, this was, a coincidence, or this was, just dumb luck. And test it, visualize you picking it up in your head, visualize the color of it, visualize what it looks like, what it feels like, how heavy it is. Close your eyes and go through these steps in your head, and it will manifest itself into your life. Your paths will align, basically. Not magically, but you will be in the right place at the right time doing what you had visualized. And so I did. I said, what am I going to pick? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to pick. I can't. So a penny. Well, a penny's not going to work because pennies can be found anywhere. So I visually, I don't know why it just popped into my head, but I visualized at the time, laying by my pool, I visualized a marble. And I said, all right, well, if I find a marble in the next 3 days, then I know it works. And I said, well, to myself, a marble's not going to work. I mean, I can find a marble anywhere. And you can't be looking for it. It just has to appear into your life. And you can't force it. And I said, well, look, a marble's not going to work because I can find a marble anywhere. So I say, all right, a blue marble. All right, a blue marble. So that narrows it down. The universe, I ordered a blue marble, and then I said to myself, I'm going to make it really hard. I said, screw this book, I'm going to make it hard. And I said to myself, I'm going to say a blue marble with white swirls. Not only a blue marble, white swirls, I said I want a baby blue, light blue marble with white swirls. And not only that, I want the largest blue marble with white swirls, baby blue marble with white swirls that I've ever seen. So that's a challenge. And I ordered it in the universe. I ordered it, and I said, okay, universe, I'm going to order this. This is what I want to appear in my life. This is what I want. And I saw it in my head, exactly how big I wanted it. And I saw the colors, and I felt it, and I saw my hand grabbing it right by the pool. And I'm doing everything that this book, The Secret, tells me to do. And I close the book, and I wait. And I wait, just like I had ordered a package. And I believed that it was going to come. And I knew it was going to come. I just didn't know how. I don't know how. It's like faith, I guess, but, without the religion. And it was a belief that, like I said, when you order something in the universe, when you order something from the internet, which we can't really see. I mean, what's the internet anyway? It's a bunch of wires. It's going to come. So that was a Friday, and I took a walk that night around the community. I was looking on the floor, looking on the ground, thinking about the marble, thinking about the color. Couldn't find anything. That weekend I was going to Newport Saturday and Sunday, coming back Monday, and I was going to go to Newport, and I said, well, great. I'm going to Newport. How the hell am I going to find a marble? And, how is that marble going to appear to me in Newport? Well, anyway, it was me, my mom, and Mark and his mom. We were taking our moms away for the weekend. And they were very excited. So we went up to Newport, had our weekend. And I was telling everyone about The Secret, how this I had ordered in the universe, and that, that I'm trying this thing out. And I see if I could manifest this small thing in my life. And I told them exactly, what type of marble and whatnot. So the weekend went on, and I gave it to the end of the weekend. I said, look, I'm giving it 3 days. If by Sunday night, when I get home from Newport on the ferry, I don't have this marble, this book is crap, full of shit, basically. And I did all the things that it told me to do, and this book is just nonsense. So, anyway, the end of the weekend came, and we were heading back to the ferry. We were going to the New London ferry. And I was a little bummed inside because, I put myself out there and I told everyone this crazy business that I was trying to not find a marble, but I wanted a marble to appear in my life the way I had ordered it. And 2, the weekend was ending, and I knew once I got on that ferry, the pickings are real slim in terms of having a marble appear into my life. And so as we drove mile by mile on Route I-95 south, I knew that, I was a little disappointed, actually. Until Barbara, in the back seat of my car, Mark's mom, says, why don't we go to Mystic? Mystic, Connecticut. I've never been there. It's right there, the next exit. It says Mystic, 2 miles. And I said, I don't know, Barbara, if we're going to have enough time. I mean, the ferry's at 3 and it's 1. She says, well, what are we going to do sitting at the ferry for an hour and a half? Let's go to Mystic. Let's look around. Let's get a slice of pizza. And let's, get back on the road and go to the ferry. So everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, I was just like bummed because, A, I'm fed up. B, where's my marble? And C, I think we're going to miss the ferry. But we pull over onto the exit. We pull off the exit ramp, and we go to Mystic. And at this point, I've forgotten about the marble. Or whatever. So we're walking in Mystic, blah, 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 getting ice cream, poking around. And I said, I want to go into this store. And it was a store that sold clothing and candy and artwork and photos, and it was just an eclectic store, but it was very new age, very trendy, very expensive, like watches and stuff. It was very trendy. Anyway, we all wanted to go in there, and by golly, I see a jar of marbles as I walk into the store. Now, I've never used by golly before, and I feel like I'm in the 1950s Christmas special. But by golly, they were a jar of marbles on the counter as I walk in. So I'm like, score, and everyone tells me, look, marbles, marbles, marbles. And I'm like, well, all right, well, so what? I said, these are small marbles, and none of them are blue. Well, there's some dark blue ones with gray swirls, and there's some green and orange and yellow ones, and there's I think there's a light blue one, but that's lame because, I asked for swirls, and, I can't take this as a substitute. I mean, that'd be cheating. Who am I fooling? Am I just going to pick up a marble and tell everyone I got it? I mean, I wanted to see if this book worked. So, I'm like pissed. I am annoyed that this freaking store couldn't have a blue marble with white swirls. Even a light blue one with light swirls. Even a small one, a medium-sized one, I would have settled. So I walk, and I guess the woman seeing me obsess about the marbles because I'm, I got my face in the jar, looking for anything that looks remotely close to, what I had ordered to the universe. And so, all right, Barbara's like, we better get going because we got to catch the ferry. And so I'm walking out the store, and the people, Mark and my mom and Barbara out on the sidewalk waiting for me. And the woman says, sir, can we help you? And I'm like, well, no, you really, I was looking for a certain marble. And she's like, oh, because we have two over here. And I look, and she's holding two marbles. A dark blue one with white swirls, and a light blue one with white swirls. And not only is she holding two marbles, but they're the two biggest marbles I've ever seen. And a chill runs up and down my body. In fact, it's running up and down my body now as I'm driving, telling you the story. And I say to myself, oh my God, it's real. It works. I cannot believe that I was walking out the store and the woman grabbed me as if the universe was hitting me over the head saying, dummy, how much do I need to drop this into your lap? She was holding a light blue marble with white swirls, the size of bigger than a golf ball. And I said a little prayer. I said a little thank you just then. And I said, you know what? There is order. There is justice. There is something more than us. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you call it. But there's something more. And I have the light blue marble with white swirls sitting on my shelf in the beach room, which is another ironic thing, that the beach room is one of my joy tips. So I will bring it into you, Michelle, and show you my light blue marble because it's what I had ordered from the universe.